Alright, so this is our next question from Cat 23, the first lot. If you ask me, this is one of the easiest questions of the lot. Brishti went on an 8-hour trip in a car. Before the trip, the car had traveled a total of X kilometers till then, where X is a whole number and is palindromic. Now, what is a palindrome? If you reverse the letters, you would get the same word. For example, the word tenet is a palindrome, T-E-N-E-T. If you reverse, you get the same set of letters, the same word back. That's a palindrome, right? So at the end of the trip, the car had traveled a total of 26862 kilometers till then, this number again being palindromic. Interesting. If Brishti never drove at more than 110 kilometers per hour, then the greatest possible average speed at which she drove during the trip in kilometers per hour was. Alright, so initially the distance that the car had covered was X kilometers before the journey began. Let the average speed required in the question be equal to S. Right? Now, Brishti is traveling for 8 hours. The speed is distance upon time. So the distance should be covering is speed into time. So speed is S and the time is 8 hours. The total distance she would cover would be S into 8. Now, the initial distance covered before the journey was X as given in the question. And now she covers a distance of 8S, S into 8, right? The total distance would be sum of these two numbers. And this has been given to us as 26862, right? And we need to figure out the value of S in the given question. What we simply do is, we take 8S on the right hand side. We get the distance X as 26862 minus 8 into S. Now, if Brishti never drove at a speed of more than 110, chances are that the average speed would not be 110. It has to be less than that, right? Next, secondly, since the number X is also a palindrome, we can substitute the remaining values from the options and check which of these gives you a palindrome. Now, very clearly, if you can observe, if from this number 26862, if I remove 800, I will get a palindrome, right? So that is 26062. For removing 800, I have to subtract 800 from this, and that is 8 into 100. Very clearly, you can observe that S should be equal to option B, 100 kilometers per hour. Very simple question. That's how we observe and get the answer. It is B, 100 kilometers per hour.